guys, welcome to this video on how to make a perfect fitted skirt. So first of all, I would like to know that in this video I'll be using my snatch waist. My snatch waist is 31 because I'm using a corset, like I'm making a skirt that will attach to a corset top. So my snatch waist is 31. It's supposed to be 30, but I don't want it to be too snatched, so I'm using 31. Now my normal hip is 44, but I'm using 47. That's 44 plus 3 inches because I'll be using padded hip. So okay, before we go ahead, there's something you're supposed to know. From my waist to, you have to measure from your waist to your hip, from waist to knee length, and from waist to your skirt length. Now my skirt length is 42, my waist to hip is 22, my waist to hip is 10. But now I'll be using 20 inches from my waist to knee. That is minus 2. Whatever your knee length is, that is from your waist to your knee, whatever it is, you minus 2 inches. The reason is I'm doing it like that so that I can be able to walk. It will not be holding my knee. But you know, if it's manmade skirt, you have to remove like 3 or 4 inches from your waist to your hip. So now from my waist to hip is 10 inches and 20 inches. That's why I'll be using 20 inches because I've already minus 2 inches, don't forget. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our shape. This front is very easy. It's the back that we are doing contouring on it. Okay, so my snatch waist divided by 4 is 7.75. 7.75. This is it. Let me bring it down so you can see. Then my hip divided by my padded hip divided by 4 is 11.75. Yeah. So okay, in this waist, this is my knee length circumference. This line now is my knee length circumference. How will I shape my knee length circumference? I don't know. Okay, so now for you to know how many you shape on your, normally as you connect from your waist, you just connect straight down, right? No. So in this video, for us to shape this our knee length circumference, I will be minusing. That's my normal hip. My natural hip is 44. So I will say 44 minus. You can say your hip minus 6 inches, minus 7 inches, minus 8 inches, minus 9 inches, minus 10 inches. It depends on how fitted and how shapy you want it. But let me tell you the truth. As you shape it, that's how uncomfortable it will be for you to walk. Do you get? But for me, I prefer if I'm making a normal fitted skirt, I will say either my hip minus 6, 7, or 8. For me, these 3 numbers, they are moderate. Then if it's now maybe like mermaid skirts, if you are making like mermaid skirt, you can now say maybe minus 10 inches, minus 9 inches, as you want. So now in this my own video, in this clothes that I will be wearing, I'll be saying my hip minus 7 inches. So 44 minus 7 is 37. So 37 inches divided by 4 inches is giving me, it will give me 9.25. So what I'll be using to shape this my knee length now is 9.25. So this is 9.25. So this is 9.255. So in this down part now, in this my skirt length now, I can decide that I want to make it more, I want to shape it more. I can decide I want to shape it more. But me, I'll be maintaining the same measurement I have on my knee down. So I'll carry that the same 9.5 there and bring it down to my skirt length. You can decide to shape your own, to make your own down part smaller, but for me, I'll be using the same measurement I have on my knee length. So now I'll connect my measurement. So I want to connect my measurement. That's from my waist to hip, from hip to knee, from knee down. Oh no, I don't know where. So now I will connect from this one. Waist line is my hip. My hip cuff has lost. It lost it. So just manage this one. Let me learn how to easily work with that. So this is from my waist to hip. I will connect here. I will connect from my hip to my line. Okay, so this is my knee line. This is circumference. This is my hip. So now I will connect from here to. So from here, I connect it to my knee line. So from my knee, I will now connect it straight down to my skirt. Now you notice, you see that this hip is too sharp. So please always blend it. Always blend it. I'm using marker because I want you people to see what I'm doing. Always blend your hip. Always blend it. Don't it will be looking more, as you can see, I've blended it. Okay guys, there's something I want to show you. You know that there's how you make a skirt, even if it's a gown. That's how you make it. You will notice that when you wear it, there will be fold like this. There will be fold in this place. It will be folding. Even if it's not noticeable, there are some sizes that it might not show, but there are some sizes that it will show. So for you to avoid that kind of stuff, for you to avoid it not to happen to your clothes, from this your waistline, you can come down by ½ inch or ¼ inch or 3/4. Like for me, I'll be using ½ inch. For me, I'll be using ½ inch, so that when you join it back, it will. I don't know whether you have experienced it, but I've made an outfit that I've experienced that thing. So I don't have to ask question on how to get rid of it, and this is it. There are some sizes you can come down by 3/4, ½ inch, but for me, for my own, I'm coming down by ½ inch. So now I will connect this my I'll connect it now. From ½ inch, I'll connect it back to this. If you see it from here, I connect it back to this place. So this ½ inch now, if I'm joining it now, automatically it will drag this front up. So even if there's supposed to be twist, there will not be twist again because I've already removed the excess. If I drag it up now, everywhere will just smooth. So this is all about the front. Let's move to the back. Okay guys, welcome to the back side of how to make a perfect fitted skirt. So first of all, we let you know that the back, in fact the back is the main reason why I'm making this video. You get the back is the main reason. So let's get started. So normal now, from my waist from my waist to my hip is 10 inches, then to my knee is 20 inches. It's supposed to be 2 inches, 22 inches, but you know I minus 3 inches from my knee length so that it will not be holding me when I'm walking. So what I'm marking now is that is 20 inches, 20 inches for my knee length instead of 22. Okay, so this is my hip line, hip. This is my hip line. This is my knee line. Then this is my skirt length, full length. Let me just put it full length. Full length. So actually, I'm attaching this to a. This thing will be a gown. I will make a top for it. Okay. Okay, now before we get started, do you get? I really want this part to show very well. I don't know why. So I have to bring the phone closer so that you understand what I'm doing. So before I start, this is the center back of my back skirt, as in the center back of it. So before you start doing your shaping, come to your waistline, come to that waistline. Mark, go in by 1 inch from this waistline. Go in by 1 inch. Did you see what I did? From this waistline, I go in by 1 inch. See, from this my waistline, I go in by 1 inch. So I will connect it to my waist. I will connect it to my, from this my 1 inch, I'll connect it to my hip line. See, it has created a cuff here. Remember, this side was supposed to be a zip side. Do you get? I don't know whether you can see it very well. See, from this waistline, I go in by 1 inch, connect it back to my waist, to my hip line. From my waist, I go in by 1 inch, connect it from that 1 inch, I connect it back to my hip. You know our back is not straight, it's curved. So what we are trying to do here is to create that curve at our back, to create that curve. So now I will not take my waist measurement. So from here now, from this 1 inch I come in, and that's where I will take my waist measurement. So now I will now say, you know, my waist, my snatch waist is 31. 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. So from this 1 inch I came in, from there I will now take my waist measurement, which is 7.75. This is it. So now my hip padding measurement is 11.75 because my normal hip is 44. So plus 3 inches for my hip padding. I'm now using 47. So it's 11.75. So from this my hip line, this is my hip line. I'll now measure that 11.74. Have you seen it? We are still coming. There's still contouring down here at our knee. So let's first of all get our normal skirt. So in this our skirt knee length, remember I said you can minus if it's normal fitted skirt, you can say my natural hip minus 6, minus 7, minus 8. If it's man-made skirt, you can say minus 9, minus 10, according to how you want it to be fitted. But for my own, I'm using my natural hip, which is 44 minus 7. It's giving me 37. 37 divided by 4 is 9.25. So from this my knee length, I'll be marking 9.25. So now at the down part of your skirt, that is the full length of your skirt, you can decide to minus from this 9.25 I can decide to minus something from there. That is for my down part to be smaller than my knee length. But now I don't want to do that. I'll just take the same measurement here and place it at the down part of my full length skirt. Okay, now it's time for us to connect our measurement. So please, I will advise you buy a hip cuff. My own, I've been looking for my waist. I lost it in school and I did not notice. It's today that I wanted to draft. I noticed that I lost the hip padding cuff. So this one is armhole cuff. So you can get your hip padding cuff. I will have to buy another one. So for now, this one I can't use this because it's small. So I have to just use this ruler, but it's not advisable to use this. I prefer you use this hip cuff ruler to give you that perfect cuff. But this one I'll have to struggle with it. So let's go. So from this my waist, I'm supposed to connect it to my hip. I think I have that hip cuff now. It could have been better, but this one is not giving me anything. And the thing is that this one now will not give me a straight line. It won't really give me that cuff. So please, I advise you get that hip cuff. It will give you that smooth. They give you exactly what you want. You don't need to stress. So this is it. I'll just have to manage this one. I know that the line will not be really because, but I just have to look at it. Okay, so I've connected. Look at it from my waist to my hip. You see, it's not straight. I don't know whether people are seeing it very well. It's not straight. So let's connect. So from this hip now, I'll connect it to this my knee length circumference. So from this hip, I'll connect it to this my knee length circumference. Then I will connect from there to my straight full length circumference to get a straight line. Remember to always blend your hip so that it will not be too curvy. Remember to always blend your hip so that it will not be sharp like this. So now let me use pencil to blend so that, because this one I'm just using it so that people will see what you're doing. So I will blend this my hip not to be too sharp. You just have to blend it. because you don't have to be pointed. Now it's curved but not pointed. So let's move to the main part of why I did this video. So don't forget, before you start drafting, before you start from this your waist, this thing, go in by 1 inch and connect it to your hip line to create that curve. That our, if you see from our waist to your hip, is not straight, it's curved. So what you are trying to do is to create that curve. Then you can now from that 1 inch you can now get your waist measurement. From this hip you can get your hip measurement. Now let's go back to our knee length circumference and do some contouring there. Okay, remember this from our hip to our knee, remember that it's not straight, there's a curve there. So for us to get that curve, we'll come to our knee length circumference. Our knee length, this is our knee length, this is our, okay, all right, this is our knee length. Now in this my knee length, I'll go in by 1 inch. From this knee length, I'll go in by 1 inch. You can go in by 3/4, you can go in by 1 inch, you can go in by 1/2 inch. But remember, the more you go in, the more that shape comes out. The more you go in, the more that shape. But the highest you can go in is 1 inch. Is 1 inch. So for me, I'll be using 3/4. Let me just use 3/4 to go in. So from this place, I will use 3/4. I will go in by 3/4. I will go in by 3/4 in this place, in this my knee length. I'll go in by 3/4. You can go in by 1 inch bar or 1/2 inch bar. I'm going in by 3/4 because I really want that curve to come out. So from this line, I'll connect it back to my hip. From this line, from this 1 inch, I come in. From this 1 inch, I'll connect it back to my hip. Oh my, this thing they pain me. This my hip curve that I've lost like this is paining me. This thing is not really giving me what I want. And I have to buy it. I have to buy another one. This thing, I just connect straight now. This thing is too small. It's too small. So let me just manage what I have. We should just learn to make use of what we have, even though it's stressful. So this is me. From this my knee length, I connect it back to my hip line. From this I can see curve. That is that 1 inch I come in from that waistline before I start shaping. I come in, I connect it to my hip. Then from this my hip line, after I finish shaping, I go in by 3/4. You can go in by 1/2. You can go in by 1, depending on what you want. So from there, I connect it back to my hip. Have you seen that it's a created curve here? So like it's a created curve there. So it's just for us to get that shape. You get that shape that your waist will just snatch that curve from there to come then go down straight. So this 3/4 I go in now. I will remove the same 3/4 down on my full length, then connect a straight line. So now I will remove 3/4 here too on this my full length. Here I will remove 3/4 here. Then I will connect it. I will create a straight line here. So I've marked out 3/4 down here, connect it to that my hip, as in the full length of my skirt. I remove 3/4 there, then connect it back to that my knee length circumference that I go in by 3/4. So this is it. I'll connect it back. Have you seen it? So I've go in now by 3/4. So I've connected. Have you seen it? So now I know many people will be asking, what about your zip allowance? Yes. So now I created this curve. I cannot add my zip allowance. I've created this curve. This is a curve. I've created it. So I cannot add my zip allowance to it. So now I've added my zip allowance on my fabric, but I want to add it to this paper so that people will understand what I'm doing. So now, I come in here by 1/2 inch to create that curve. Now, my zip allowance is 1 inch. I'll be adding zip allowance of 1 inch so that I'll use it. So now, I'll be marking my 1 inch zip allowance. Following that curve line, I'll be marking my zip allowance. So my zip allowance. Please, don't follow this straight line. We are not following this straight line. We are following that curved line created. That is what you'll be following to create that your 1 inch, to add your 1 inch zip allowance. So this is what I'm using it to add it. You'll be going down. So that curve line is what I'm following. Be marking my 1 inch. My 1 inch. You will say, is it not the same thing? It's not the same thing, because you created the curve line then before adding that 1 inch. So when you cut it, you say, look, that curve line will still be there. The curve line will still be there. So this is. So now this is my zip allowance. So I'm trying to connect those lines, the 1 inch line that I created. So I don't know whether you can see it very well. But looking at this now, you see that it's not a straight line. It's not a straight line. So let's check what we did. So this is from this line now. This is our curve line now. Is where I start to take my zip allowance, adding 1 inch zip allowance. Now my zip will stop somewhere here at my hip because I'm using padded hip, so my zip has to come down very well so that I can easily wear it. Now on this my knee line, that's where my slit will start. This is where my slit will start and open down. Remember, it will not hold me because I've already removed 2 inches from my knee length measurement. So now the rest of this down one will be the rest of this. So if you have any question, just put it on the comment section and I will put it through. And so sorry, the video might not be clear because I'm videoing by myself, and at the same time I'm trying to make sure you people are seeing what I'm doing. So as times go by, we'll get more equipment for this. So thank you, bye. Okay, so it's when you place it on your fabric, and you want to cut on clothes, you can now add your sewing allowance. This is 1 inch you want to use by the side. You know, remember I've already added zip allowance, so you can now add your sewing allowance. Like mine, when I'm cutting it on my fabric, I'll be adding 1 inch here for my zip allowance. So if you add that to your skirt, remember to also add your that. You see, if you add that to your waist, remember you when you mark it out, you now add your that measurement. Me, I'm not adding that to this one because I'm using a show kit to make this outfit, and that show kit is hard. I don't just want to use that on this. I don't just want to use that. You can use that, but when you want to use that, remember to add your that measurement, so that by the time you hold your that, it will come back to your normal waist measurement. So now for my own, when I'm transferring this, when I'm cutting this on the fabric, I will just add my sewing allowance. That is to use and shape. I will add 1 inch. I don't like adding too much allowance to my clothes, so I'll be adding 1 inch allowance all through, down both front and back for my shaping. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. Thank you. So if you have any question, just drop it on the comment section and I will put you through. Thank you. Bye. So are you seeing the cuff? See, even the zip side is not straight. It has cuff on it. So if I pull zip now, remove this 1 inch allowance I added, that cuff to automatically comes out. So remember, this is my zip allowance I added all through, my 1 inch zip allowance. So this is my back, this is my front, this is my front. So I will place them. This one will be on 4 because there's not supposed to be open seam at the center. So thank you very much for watching me. It really means a lot to me. Seriously, it's not easy, but every day as we do it, we get better. So if you have any question, just drop it on the comment section and I will reply you. Any question at all, and I will respond. Thank you. Bye.